Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Well, if not, you better be grabbing that coffee, your juice, your tea, glass of water, because it's time for the morning show. Oh, yeah, we interrupt your tantrum this morning from having to wake up and get out of bed to let you know it is currently 68 degrees and sunny in west central Texas. It's got to be hot. The humidity is 93 and rising. And yeah, before you return to your tantrums, let's hear a word from our entrance thing. All right. Hopefully that calms you down a little bit. Take a sip of your coffee, your tea, your, I don't know, gelato, whatever you drink in the morning to get you going. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you here. I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up. They're a little bit behind, but hey. So, I'm going to make this statement. People won't agree with me, but give it a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple hours, you'll find out democracy is dead. The liberals have freaking stomped on it. They sat on it with their big old freaking J-Lo butts or Oprah Winfrey butts and killed it. Yeah. They want to protest peacefully, but you see how it's going on the news, and guess what? Over 300 illegal aliens, most having criminal records, and supposed to be out of the country, were arrested again at the protests in L.A. Needless to say, yeah. And of course, better think they're smart enough because they're funded by nonprofit, non-government organizations with their equipment, their cinder blocks, and all the other stuff. Yeah. They know where the money's coming from, and yeah, those people are going to hide because you can hide, but we're going to find you. I'll use Blondie's words. We'll find you either way. Yeah, this is the Republic of the United States. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Yeah, and hopefully everybody doesn't realize that flock means something else, but I'll let you figure that one out. I'm trying to curb my profanity. Yeah, right. Yeah, let's have another Let's have a instead of a Boston Tea Party, let's have a Los Angeles taco party. Yeah, let's toss some of these people. Oh well, we can't have tacos on Tuesdays anymore. Well, you can't breathe the air we do. Go back to your sewage infested freaking Tijuana based freaking creeks where you're putting all this stuff in the Pacific Ocean. The California residents, along with some Arizona residents, had to stay inside while they were working on those freaking sewage lines. That's how bad it was. Yeah. Over 100 miles from the Tijuana and the border. California residents had to hide inside a couple of weeks ago. You remember that story? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I don't, I believe they can peacefully protest, but these people don't know what peaceful is. And the only protesters should be allowed to are American citizens. Yeah. If you're in another country, get the flock out. Didn't you learn from the colleges? Yeah. And you're going to throw all these lawsuits up. Well, all these illegals should not have a right to file lawsuits in our regular courts. They're tying up where we can't convict more criminals and deport them. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to overwhelm the systems and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, they don't understand. They don't have the technology. They don't have the brain power. And only a couple of Democrats are coming out trying to talk. You see it in the news. You probably see it on TikTok or whatever, social media, where you watch all this stuff at. But yeah, Newsom's an idiot. I really hope they get enough where they can turn around and raid him while he's in office, tackle his ass, freaking handcuff him, and then prosecute him for treason or whatever else. He's the little dictator. He's the king they need to be freaking overthrown. Yep, that's one of them. Oh, Neville. You're right, Zevamon. But there's a lot more than just that one person. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say it. No. But Hollywood, have you noticed? You haven't heard the Hollywood stars coming out saying anything lately. Hell, they're still hiding from the P. Diddy freaking list. Yeah. So, let's say, so while they're throwing their tantrums, we need to freaking go ahead and handle them. Do you remember how you handled one of your kids if you had kids? Or you saw a parent handle their kids when they had tantrums? That's what we need to do these. You know? Yep, and every single one of them is going to get it. And I guarantee Nibble and all the other supporters sending the money in are going to get hit by the IRS big time because I guarantee they are not reporting this. They're the top tier of instigators, and yeah, think about it. Yep, crazy times. Yep. First and foremost, I think we can solve this problem if we just get President Trump to sign an executive order. No more Secret Service security for anybody in Congress, period. The only ones to get it are the president, vice president, and their families. And of course, the past presidents, unfortunately, because, that's a Benny of theirs. But everybody else in Congress and the House of Representatives and all that, guess what? No more security. Yeah, the taxpayer's not going to pay for it. Let's see how brave they are to freaking come out against the country. You know, 'cause some of these people are going to turn around when those checks bounce, and yeah, the money can only flow so far. So, and the Democrats really, I don't, I, I don't know what's in their minds besides all the drugs and hallucinations that they're doing, but they don't realize they're not protected just because who they are. You piss off somebody enough where they want to cause harm to you, they will cause harm to you. And you're going, wait, I'm a member of so and so. That ain't gonna freaking matter. So you need to put them where all the normal people out on the street, when you're grocery shopping, walking down to get your mail or whatever, and then you get somebody threatening you. Yeah, put them in the same freaking thing. Let's see how they are. They need to be brought down. They forget where they come from, you know? And like I say, every freaking show, I'm not constituting any violence, but I could see that coming. Some of them are going to learn really, 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 really bad. Yeah. Almost guarantee you if they rioted and burned down a couple of liquor stores, dude, Nancy Pelosi's house, she would probably freaking throw a fit. Hey, Nancy, have you realized when they do those Molotov cocktails, they're using the alcohol you could be drinking? That's less for you, more for them. Anyway, oh yeah, let's go to Mexico real quick before I hit the non-daily news stuff or the daily news that they don't report on anymore. Yeah, Mexico. This is mainly for the cartels. If you're running Mexico, y'all becoming the laughing stocks. I really hate to say it. Your your president you have that you control, she's an idiot. Every time she opens her mouth, she makes everybody, including the ones that run that government, look stupid. So you may want to just put a new leader in there. You do what you need to do, but hey, I'm just letting you know from this side of the wall, everybody's laughing at y'all. And I would take that personal. Have a personal talk with the presidente or maybe the presidente of their Congress. Yeah, he's pretty stupid too, trying to go back to 1830 when he wasn't around. Trying to claim the U.S. part of the U.S. as Mexico's. Yeah, you got your ass beat. The U.S. beat you in a freaking war, not once, but twice. And if you look at it, when you know, we used to leave y'all alone, but since you put those politicians in there, yeah. Anyway, that's just a message to the people down south. Stop sending the people over. Hey, President Trump, read yesterday's message I sent you, or I'll say it again today. At 12:01 Friday morning, you need to close the southern border completely. You cannot guarantee the safety of any foreign people from Mexico or any other country that's trying to sneak in. Their safety because of these idiots that the president of Mexico is inciting, along with Newsom and the mayor of LA and all that. You can't protect or guarantee their safety. So just shut down the borders. While you're doing that, shut down the water supply from Texas down to Mexico. Yeah, there you go. We don't need no terrorists. Yeah, we can weed it out. We don't need those avocados or those tomatoes from down south. Hell, we got farmers down in southern Texas are needing the water and they're selling it to Mexico because of some agreement. Just break the agreement. Mexican president and the president of the Congress of Mexico threatened us and declared war. And yeah, basically they broke it everything. So they should be careful what they say before retribution. So what are they going to do? Take us to international court? Eh. Yeah. What's the percentage of all the winnings from Trump? And every time he goes to court, think about it. Yeah. And do we really listen to international courts? No. What are they going to do? They're going to send the UN troops in to force us to do something? I don't think so. But anyway, and yeah, I did see a story. Let's see if I can find it and bring it up here because this pertains to Canada. Yeah, there's travel warnings going to Canada now. I'm going to see if I can find that one. If I can't find it, just Google it or however you do it, and yeah, look it up for travel restrictions going into Canada. Oh, here it is. It's coming out of Men's Journal. U.S. issues official travel warning for Canada. Yeah. go check it out. Mensjournal.com. Or if you don't like Men's Journal because you're a woman, then I'm pretty sure if you Google the the official travel warnings to Canada, they'll come up with like Women's Day or something. We'll have the story too. Yeah. La, 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 la. They're still warning about all the super volcanoes around the world. Oh yeah. Did you hear about? Hey, good morning, Ruben. How you doing? So, did you hear about? There's a recall on Dr. Peppers. Dun dun dun. The FDA USDA has initiated a recall on Dr. Peppers. But don't worry, Dr. Pepper drinkers. I'm one of them. It's only pertaining to Dr. Pepper Zero. Obviously, somebody in the factory, I'm not going to say if they could read English or not, but citing from what I read of the stories, they probably couldn't. And when they switched it from regular Dr. Pepper to Dr. Pepper Zero, yeah, they put the wrong stuff in the wrong can. So, of course, they're recalling it because diabetics drink Dr. Pepper Zero. You might have adverse effects that may lead all the way up to death because of all the sugar content in the Dr. Pepper. So check out the USDA, FDA websites for the recall on it. But that's the main part of the ingredient. Now you don't have to be tortured by mainstream media trying to report and do a video and tell you that, yeah, it's Trump's fault. He looked at the Dr. Pepper cans and made them so sweet that, yeah, they had to recall them. Yeah, that's what they'll say. All right, let's see. Keep seeing a name. Amanda Lewis, influential MTV host, dies at 52. I don't remember her. Unless she was Downtown Julie Brown, which I don't think that was Amanda Lewis. I don't know. Maybe it was, but it doesn't look like her in the picture. But if you remember those MTV days, I think that's when MTV lost all the rock and they went straight to rap and they started going downhill, probably. So, all right, this is breaking news out of London. It's being reported by PeopleMagazine.com. London bound plane carrying more than 240 passengers crashes and explodes into flames moments after takeoff. Dun dun dun. If you know what that sound behind me is, that's my window unit. There's so much humidity. I got it set to collect the humidity, so it's fighting to suck it up to let the cold air in and the humidity stay out. Let's see, where else? Hey, it is now 71. Yeah, it's gone up 2 degrees. So, let's go to Florida. Of course, I don't be Charmer's here, and she says she'd be right back. But MoneyWise.com is reporting Florida couple raised questions after $30,000 FEMA flood insurance check failed to clear. Yeah, so they're not only not giving or assisting people in North Carolina that went through the hurricane stuff still, they're writing bad checks to people in Florida. What's going on, FEMA? Have you even spent $5 on a freaking lunch meeting for your employees? You're wrong. You're supposed to pay the freaking customers first, and employees aren't the customers. Yeah. Let me go to chat real quick, and then I'll go back to the news. Hey, Tom. Good morning. Good to see you. And best wishes to you too, Tom. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. And if you live in Texas, it's going to be heating up the next couple of days, and yeah. But don't worry. We still have forecasted rain throughout all of Texas for the rest of June. Hmm. Even that one weather forecaster in the U.S. Go back and look. I think it's the Weather Channel, or I can't remember that other weather one, but I think it was the Weather Channel one. Then he had a local news one up north somewhere. He did a study, and yeah, we're in the same pattern as it was back in 1968. So he's running off that. I think he might have just smoked a little bit too much THC that morning or something. Because yeah, I think they're still going to be a little different. And look at that, AI has put up the recall about. Well, it's not only about Dr. Pepper. The Independent.com is reporting what we know about the controversial sugar substitute found in 6,000 products. Well, they've come. Remember Sweet and Low first came out and they were pushing it, and then Sugar Twin and all these. It's better than sugar. Well, there's controversy. They're finding out medically and all that sugar's better for you than all this other freaking stuff. But you don't need to have a PhD in nutrition to know that one. You just tell by the taste. You can burn sugar off as long as you don't eat a pound of sugar a day and stuff, but you can't do that with the make believe sugar. Yeah. And UPInews.com's reporting that Britain, their version of the FDA, is warning Jolly Rancher that their products are unsafe and they're not going to allow them on the market anymore due to the fact that they're not safe for kids. So be careful with the Jolly Ranchers because it could be the same stuff they're selling to people in Britain. Dun dun dun. I don't know. I always hear tea and crumpets from Britain, but I've never had a crumpet, and they really don't look very good. Yeah, I'd rather have some gingerbread cookies though. But hey, you know what? Today is National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. What better day? Have a cup of coffee or your hot warm tea, sit there with a stack of peanut butter cookies, and go ahead and munch on them while you're sitting there. Look at that. National Red Rose Day, too. That's on your table. And take a sip of the red rose and take a sip of your coffee and dunk your cookie in it and eat that peanut butter cookie because, yeah, hopefully that cookie's made with real sugar. Yeah, I'll be charming. Yeah, I remember those Saccharine pills, Tom. Nope, 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 never. And of course, B was gone, and thus she shows up after we're done with that Florida story. Dun dun dun. Oh yeah, be charming. I could beat a good peanut butter cookie. You know how? Two peanut butter cookies. Yeah, that's how you beat one peanut butter cookie. You get two. Oh no, saccharin. Blah! Saccharin is like avocados or cabbage. They go through your body. Your body will freaking react to it and try to push it out as fast as possible. Now, why is your body doing that? That's telling you don't eat it, don't consume it, don't put it in your body. Your body doesn't like it. Well, most people don't realize that. They're like, oh, I'll just go to the doctor. I got a tummy ache. The doctor's like, here, take these pills. Sort of like the back of the Western days when they used to, like the Oregon Trail, they travel and people jump in the river and just start drinking the water out of the river instead of boiling it. Yeah. And then they go to the doctor. Yeah. Why? Just boil the water. gets the impurities out of it. And guess what? After you boil it and filter it, guess what you're going to do? See, and this is crazy. I watch some prepper channels. You should filter the water first, then boil it, and then it's safe to drink. No, you got to filter it after you boil it too. If you got anything in the water, you're killing it with the boiling process. Then there are little dead bodies that you probably can't see are there, and then you got to put that in your body. You can have all those dead parasites in your system. What if they're not completely dead? Yeah, think about it. That's why you filter it. You filter it before and after. I definitely will filter it afterwards. I only had one filter. Well, Ziva Mom, good job for you. I'm glad you didn't show up the other day. Oh my God, look at that. Good morning, Lady D. How you doing? I bet you're late because you're having your your body of your bottle of good morning drink and eating some eclairs with a lot of yeah whipped cream stuff in there. Yeah. Yep. See, it's putting food on the grill. I knew how to do with food. Yeah. That's awesome, Zita's mom. I hope you're not drinking Dr. Pepper Zero. And if you are, you better check the UPC code or the lot number from the FDA because that's being recalled right now. Thanks, because somebody couldn't read English. Follow the instructions. And more and more, I'm getting messages on the thing that more and more companies are getting upset that they're getting raided and half their workers are being taken away to be deported at these factories or processing centers. But you know what? It's not the administration's fault. You know, I remember when they tried fixing immigration the first time, the second time, the third time. Well, the Democrats argue saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, we're not going to do it. Ooh, Fresca. I remember Fresca. Is that still around? Yeah, there's a process of the employers were supposed to run a background check. And it's not like what the government does when they're coming in the country. It's just it's a check running them, make sure that the social they're giving and they're allowed to work. Well, half these companies aren't doing that. So when they get raided and they take half their workforce away, whose fault really is it? Yeah, think about it. It's the employer's fault, not you know. They want cheap labor. They don't want to pay the cost of the background check, and yeah. Well, you get what you get for. You get what you pay for, and they didn't pay shit. So yeah, think about it. Oh, I got to scroll up because I missed a conversation here. I want to be in it. I'm not going to say it, but okay, Tom. That was very nice of you, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, when diet drinks came out, don't get me wrong. I tried a couple of them just to see if they're good, and I could not stand the taste of any of those diet drinks with saccharin and all the other crap because I could taste the salt. And people saying, "Well, it's much healthier for you." No, it's not. The salt content will drive your blood pressure up faster than the freaking sugar content of the soda. If you don't believe me, check with your doctor because they're the medical professionals. I'm not giving you any medical advice, but yeah. There's only one diet drink I actually kind of liked back in the day when they first started coming out, and that was what was it? It was sugar-free diet Dr. Pepper. It was a blue can. It still had a little funky taste to it. If I had to drink diet only, I would have drank that one over any others. But the taste wasn't as bad as all the others. No, Tom, you got it exactly right. And I have to laugh every time I see a little segment where it says people are protesting. It says, "Down with ICE. We don't want ICE. Get rid of ICE." You know what? Let's shut the power grid down to that state. They don't want ice? Well, then they can have water that's warm and, yeah, think about it. It's like, oh, my bad. Your English is so bad. We thought you said you didn't want ice cubes. Yeah, yeah. We'll see how well when they ain't got no air conditioners and they're out there protesting, expecting to go in somewhere to loot, and there ain't no air anywhere. Yeah, they just got to suck it up, Buttercup. Yeah. See, and that's the whole thing. They just come in the right way. They come in the right way. They wouldn't have no issues as long as they don't break the law and do this stupid shit. And I did hear from I can't remember who it was. One YouTuber hit it on the knob this morning that all these instigators, because there's over 300 plus, almost 400 freaking illegals got arrested for protesting, which was pretty stupid on their part. You're illegal. You don't want to put yourself out there, but yeah. And they're going to get deported, and some are going to face prison time because of assault, or they were supposed to be deported and they're here, so they're probably just going to throw them in jail. And then the prison people are going to take care of them. And it's going to be a little different because it's going to be American prisoners versus illegal prisoners. Oh, yeah, there's such a thing. Yeah, there's animosity between them. So they'll probably take care of it. But all these people come over here and try to claim this or that. You need to know our laws. If you're in America, you need to know our laws. And that's the first problem. Half these people, they think, oh, they have a right. You don't have a right for shit unless you're an American. And this is where I blame the Democrat and the liberal socialists at trying to change the Constitution without changing the Constitution legally. And I've said it too many times. Read the first freaking paragraph of the Constitution. We, the people of the United States of America, meaning the citizens, not because you're in America, you're an American, because that ain't right. You go to Mexico, you aren't automatically a Mexican. All right, Tom, you have a good one, brother. If you got to drink something, drink some Code Red. I heard that helps fight the zombies. No, but and I kind of got irked the other day, and I didn't mention this. Maybe I'll mention it today because, yeah, there was one lady on there. She said, "You're splitting families up. I'm standing for women's rights. You shouldn't split the families up." Okay, well, for one, you shouldn't marry an illegal. You do control who you fall in love with because, yeah, you'll know if they're illegal or not before you get in a relationship with them. Usually find out they're illegal not within the first date or two. If you don't, then you must be drinking too much alcohol and not paying attention. But yeah, splitting up families. A woman can't go up there and say you're splitting up families when it comes to illegal immigration. I'll tell you why. 90% of the divorces are filed by women. Now we're leaving it black and white. We're not adding on everything and everything. What's the woman doing when there's kids involved? They're splitting up the family. You can't have it both ways. You can't have your pound cake and eat it too. So yeah, you ladies that want women's rights the right way, then you go over there and freaking slap this little freaking lady and all the ones that believe that shit that we're splitting up families on illegals. Because yeah, when we try to freaking send the family with them, They file lawsuits. Why are you deporting the kids? Because they're not Americans either. Just because two illegals don't make a positive American. Think about it. That act that they keep throwing around, that was about slavery. Be smart enough. Go to the Library of Congress. Look it up. Yeah. Library of Congress only holds facts. They don't hold all the BS like CNN and all that try to hold. But anyway, see, I'm not really ribbing on women. I'm ribbing on the ones trying to protest and claim crap. I'm still hyped up and pissed off about the illegal that freaking permanently injured the Marine. I was just doing a job to feed his family, and he didn't deserve all the stuff that he's gotten. So I'm hoping everybody here is getting prepared for this weekend to stay at home. You know, some people are smart on YouTube and briefing people to be safe. Make sure you get all your stuff done so you don't have to go out on Saturday. Get your camera settings up and all the other stuff to help protect yourself and your family. And yeah, little Johnny's got a birthday party on Saturday. Sorry, little Johnny. Nope. And why's that? Are you going to drop off little Johnny at somebody's house and you find out the protest is going to move to their neighborhood? Then you're having to rush over there, try to go through the protest, go pick up little Johnny. No, sorry, you're staying home. Today is family day. Yeah, better safe than sorry. So pick up your water, pick up your groceries. You know, if you can't hold off until Monday or Tuesday, then you should be getting it done now. Because yeah, like after stream, I'm gonna go resupply all my water supplies because that's basically one of the only things. Oh yeah, and I may go pick up some stuff at the grocery store. You know, some comfort food, maybe some peanut butter cookies. Yeah, you know that was coming. Okay, let's go back to the recalls. And B, since you were gone when I reported on the Florida incident, there's a couple letting people know that they got a $30,000 FEMA check and it bounced. It won't clear. So beware if you get checks from FEMA. Don't even order the work to start getting done till it clears the bank. FEMA's bouncing checks. You can't get your hurricane relief stuff done. Hell, they didn't even pay North Carolina people. So please be careful when dealing with FEMA. Let's see. And here's one just for Ziba. Ziba's mom. This is for you. Go to tasteofhome.com. Yeah, you're gonna love this one. I know you're doing good on the sweets and all that, and more power to you. This is my final on the sweets, unless somebody forces the issue in chat. But go to tasteofhome.com. Check out the best potluck desserts no one thinks to bring to dinner invites and stuff. Ooh, and the cake they're showing. Oh my god. Ooh. Well, it's a cake, but it looks like brownies with frosting on it. Ooh, that looks so good. Yeah. One thing, I don't know if I'm right or not on it, but one thing I usually go to is like pumpkin empanadas because supposedly that's I won't say a dietary dessert, but has less sugar and all that other stuff. The Today's show is reporting the number one sign you're eating too much sugar. You want to know what that sign is? Go check out the today.com. Okay, are you a retiree? Are you the age of retiring, but you're not retired yet? Do you want a side job, something that pays well? Go check out thefinanckey.com. 13 jobs that are quickly hire retirees and offer great pay. Go check out that listing. They might be one you would like. They do hire older people because they don't want to hire the younger generations because they don't want to work. Yeah, be charming. You use pumpkin spice. I don't use pumpkin spice in my pumpkin empanadas. No, 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 no. If you got to add something that's not naturally there, think about it. B Charm says she's got earbuds in and she needs to pop a bagel in the toaster. Keep talking. A bagel? A bagel? Hey, Jory Game Bites. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't miss. I don't eat very many desserts. I brag about it sometimes, but since it's June, it's my birthday month. I have to talk about sweets, so I apologize, Abram's mom. You're doing great. Keep it up. Believe me, I went months without ice cream, and I finally had some, and I don't miss it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I bought a little pint thing of ice cream. It took me about 3 days to finish it, but hi, which is good because you got to get your body used to it and the habit of not having certain foods. And then you can have it every once in a while and you don't want it all the time. Yeah. Lady D's like sweets of bread or my downfall. Ew, we know who ate the gingerbread man's legs. Yep, in the movie Shrek now, it was Lady D. She chomped down and ate his legs. She couldn't handle it. Because gingerbread is sweet, and it is a bread. I'm pretty sure Lady D was here when I talked about the Dr. Pepper recall. They're still talking about the egg recall. Nothing's changed all that. Just go to the USDA website on there. Just added more states. Newsweek just dropped at Newsweek.com. Americans urged to avoid driving in 10 states. Most of them look like the northern tier. I think one of them is Montana, one's Minnesota, New York. Yeah, all those there. I think it probably has to do with, without me clicking on it, probably has to do with the smoke and wildfires from Canada. Because all those are like magically located where the smoke is going. So if you want to check it out, just go to newsweek.com. See if your state's there. Yes, Lady D, I think New Jersey may be involved in it. The way they did the map, I don't know. But prayers to all the people that were on that flight in London that crashed. USA Today is posting also it's Air India flight bound for London. Wait, this is a different one, I think. Or is it the same one and they got it mixed up in the other story? Probably. USAtoday.com is reporting Air India flight bound for London crashed into India's Ahmedabad airport. I'm going to click on that because that's the one that just took off and then crashed. It's the same one. Otherwise, yeah, it might be another plane that went down. Let me look at it and screen it through. Yeah, it's the same one. So it happened in India going to London. The first one that I read, see, like I said, they're not really journalists anymore. First one said it was in London and it was taken off and crashed. So, yeah, you can blame that on the media. I'm just reading what they're putting, and half the journalists don't know what the hell they're talking about it anyway. Yeah, when I get cravings for bread, and they are bread cravings, some of y'all know that. Sometimes I just warm up a corn tortilla or a flour tortilla, mostly corn tortilla. It's not my go-to. Normally, corn tortillas I just make enchiladas with, but I warm one of those up and just eat that by itself, and my bread craving goes away. That's the trick that my body works for. I don't know if it'll work in anybody else's body, but yeah. So I always have a package of corn tortillas ready to go because I try to avoiding bread as much as possible. I've changed over to I got two types of bread. They're both grain breads, like a 6 or 7 grain bread and a 12 grain bread. The 12 grain is not too bad. The 6 grain one, it's got a little funky taste to it, but I'm still eating it. And that's what I use to make my toast sandwiches and all that. And, yeah. But most of the time, I just have my Ezekiel cinnamon raisin toast in the morning, and yeah. Don't like the price. It's like $8, $9 for a loaf of bread on Ezekiel's, but it's pretty good bread. And I get the recipes out of the Bible, so it's not too bad. One of these days, I'll take the time to learn how to make it. But for now, I guess I'll pay those high prices for the bread. It is worth it. Oh, excuse me. Let's see what else. Okay, Vox News is reporting the FBI warns over 1 million Android devices have been hijacked by malware. So if you had Android devices, I'm guessing mainly phones, but I guess iPads and all that other stuff too, yeah, have been hijacked. Go to foxnews.com, read the story, and see what you could need to do to fix your problem. Okay, and CNBC.com is reporting there's 5 new collar jobs that pay over 100,000 and don't require a bachelor's degree. So instead of it being blue or white collar, now they're calling it new collar. Yeah, something fishy about that. Might be the administrators that send out the checks and sign people up for protesting, probably. Hmm. And MoneyTalksNews.com is reporting that sugary drinks are linked to millions of new diabetes, heart disease cases annually. Well, that's where you have to, you know, yeah, soda has a lot of bad contents in it, but if you drink it in moderation, not every day, I mean, think about it. Talk to your doctor, he'll tell you. Okay, the Independent is reporting now. Should you let your pets sleep on the bed? Experts say it's not that simple. Well, it is that simple because even if your dog is healthy, there's one thing that I read in the last few weeks about letting your pets sleep on bed with you. Do you know you can get eye worms from your animals? They sleep in bed with you. Yeah, eye worms. Yeah, those little things that, yeah. That would freak me out. I'm shaving and brush my teeth in the morning and looking in the mirror, and the next thing I see is a worm crawling across my retina. And stuff. No, no. Even if I was able to have a pet again, they don't sleep on the bed. They got their own pet bed on the floor, and if they don't want to sleep there, then they can go in the cage for the night. Most of the time, they take the bed though because it's more comfortable than the cage. So, okay, yeah, come on. Okay, hey, look, we're getting a report from womensworld.com. Finally, something for the ladies. Studies reveal link between sleep disorders and congenital decline. So the older you get, the closer you're getting to crossing over. You have sleep disorders. Hmm. At least that's what I'm getting out of the clickbait title. Go check out womensworld.com to find out. Yeah. Okay, I guess there is a tiny community in Colorado that has a toxic black sludge in their drinking water. And Representative Lauren Boebert is seeking $5 million federal funds to remove the toxic black sludge. And if you want to read more of the story, if it might affect you, check out theindependent.com. Read the story on it. Boebert is the one leading the charge, and I'm going to click on that later to see how do they plan to remove the black sludge? What is the black sludge? How do you know it's toxic? And if it's coming through your pipes, they may clean the water up, but you still got all that sludge and remnants, remains all over your pipes and stuff in your housing. So how much do you got to pay that 5 million is not going to cover? Dun dun dun. And of course, ABC News is reporting that big cyber attack that they just did, that I reported on yesterday, is now leading to shortages in pharmacies and grocery stores. Hmm. How could that be? Do the hackers create the pharmaceutical medicines and the food that they put in the grocery stores? No, common sense. They're probably messing with the orders and canceling or changing it so they don't get what's required. That's why all businesses should be protecting themselves using VPNs, hiring people to protect their internet access. Okay, if you're worried about all the new strains of everything going around, because China's got a new strain of the cucaracha, and it's pretty. I want to say, I think they said it was like 90% fatal. TheHill.com is reporting what to know about the new Nimbus COVID variant. Check it out, find out what the symptoms are, and how to protect yourself. And I'll repeat it again. Ever since they decided to do this 4 or 5 day peaceful protest in LA where everything is burning, if they could burn before getting caught. Yeah, measles have freaking gone extreme. There's a big measles outbreak in LA. Mmm. Everybody thought I was being a conspiracy theorist when these sort of diseases are making their comeback. And I kept on saying it's the illegals bringing it in because they're not getting medically checked. But now, yeah, that conspiracy is out the window, and it's probably about 70% that I'm accurate. There's the illegals passing it on. Hell, China freaking had people they're sending trying to bring toxic stuff put in our food system. How do we know some of these other people aren't trying to pass diseases on purposely in large crowds so it could go rampant? Hmm. Something to research and think about, and then ask your medical professionals for the advice. They're the experts. Even though all they're going to do is Google it too. with a screen turned away from you while you're talking to them about it. Okay, so Associated Press reporting there's an Oregon wildfire. I didn't know Oregon had a wildfire. I thought it was only in Canada. But Oregon wildfire prompts evacuation and closed the interstate in Columbus River Gorge. Herds of the people need to be evacuated or living in that, and please wear a mask. That's one you definitely want to wear N95 mask on because of all the smoke and what all's burning. Yeah. And of course, the independent.com is reporting they got a video, so watch. Trump reacts to news that actors are boycotting his attendance at the Kennedy Center. Who cares? Ooh, actors are going to boycott. They're not going to show up. Oh, why would you want people, that think they're important, but all they do is act like somebody else because they ain't got real lives in the real world? Think about it. They live in make believe, never land. And then they expect to be treated like you need to respect them because they know how to act. Okay, I got to come back over here to see. Ziva mom says she drinks 12 packs of soda a week. Yikes! And I can't say anything. When I was younger, I used to down a 2 or 3 liter thing of Dr. Pepper. But I don't do that no more. I switched to coffee. I don't know if my body can handle that much freaking sugary soda water stuff. Oh, right. I think I caught up with chat. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, it's almost about that time. Hey, they're talking about the golden eggs they found near the underwater volcano again. Go to animalko.com to learn what are those golden eggs. They found 2.6 million golden eggs near an underwater volcano. Are they really golden, or is it just the color from the lava illuminated them like golden? And that's where they threw all the recalled eggs. Hmm. Maybe somebody in Washington, Oregon, and all that decided to throw their eggs down there, and they want to hard boil them. Dun dun dun. No, but seriously, yeah. Animalko.com. And you can read the story to see what those things are. They keep calling them golden eggs, and they kind of look like eggs, but maybe they're kind of sea creature. Maybe those are the mermaids waiting to hatch. You know, maybe we're gonna inundate it with sea monkeys when they hatch. You never know. I'm trying to see what else. Yeah, I watched a interview with the L.A. mayor, and she was trying to say, yeah, 5 days ago it was peaceful in L.A., but once they did the raids, why do you call them raids? Just say once they are enforcing immigration law and attempting to remove illegals. Yeah, Newsom's like, oh yeah, hey, longboarding mom, good morning, good to see you. Still got a cute kitty cat. Growing big though. Today I definitely noticed on the video that cat is growing. Oh my god. Yeah, cowboy candy doesn't last long here. That's why I stopped making it. Normally I can't even keep it or can it, even though I don't do it the normal way. Man, good morning, cat mom. Good to see you. And Goomball Gary. But yeah, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. Oh yeah, the mayor. You know, it's like, oh yeah, ICE is the one that instigated the riots. No, ICE is doing their job. All these freaking illegals are the ones freaking causing all the problems. Don't try to say that the raids are the reason they're doing it. That the mayor needs to realize these people aren't even from this country. They shouldn't even be in this country if they're here illegally. But you can't teach stupid. Okay, Fox News. This is an interesting one. I'm going to have to read this later too. FoxNews.com is reporting medical experts warn Big Food is fighting back against Ozempic with addictive items for sale. Well, you can blame that on Hollywood and all the people that are taking Ozempic to lose weight because Ozempic was not made to lose weight. It was made to help diabetics and to lose weight. But all the fat people that can't freaking stop eating the crap that they shouldn't be eating, you know, decided, oh, we take priority because we're fat. But yeah, they're still downing a freaking dozen donuts a day while they take their shot. While poor diabetic guy's trying to freaking do everything to prolong his life and he can't get him Zentric. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, Gumball Gary, I agree with you. That's why you should always check with your medical professional, and half the time you see they're Googling the stuff on the computer. So you just ask, can I talk to a nutritionist? The nutritionist will tell you. The doctor doesn't know. Now, the fasting thing actually works. My brother in law, before he got killed by a drunk driver while riding his bike in the bicycle lane in San Antonio, but he used to fast every week. And he would never gain weight. He didn't need a fast. He just did it to keep his body in line. And it really helped my kids out, because they're putting on the pounds for weightlifting, but they're they had their the kegers as I call them. But yeah, I'm down to two meals a day, and I try to watch what I have in those two meals. Eventually, I'll go back to three, possibly four smaller meals. I'm just trying to find out what kind of recipes I want and completely nutritional stuff. Don't and I can't say I always do it. I treated myself and went to a Mexican restaurant yesterday with my son. So he's helping me out. So I did have a couple of barbacoa tacos and some rice and beans. So yeah, kind of broke my diet that day. But guess what? I didn't eat again all day long. Just three little street tacos and some rice and beans, and I was full all day long. I think the protein in the beans really kept me full most of the day. And about 10 o'clock last night, I was starting to get hungry because my stomach was growling. So I made some popcorn. No salt, no butter, just plain popcorn. It was a little hard to muster because I'm used to the movie butter popcorn, but I was surprised. I made some popcorn and it got me through the night. I slept good. Goomba Gary, I completely understand with you. I'm in that same boat with you, but I am trying. I did buy a bike, and I need to start getting more of a routine, at least riding my bike 3 times a week. And pedaling, no, I didn't get one of those with a battery operated stuff. No, and I got to force it to move by pedaling. I figured if I walk every day and then if I pedal, once I get to a certain constant with my heart rate, then I'll start jogging. But until then, and I really don't want to jog because I got a bad knee and it's not going to help it any. That's why I stopped running in the first place because my knee wasn't getting better. Medical professionals said I needed a knee replacement, but they also said that I was too young to get one because I'd have to go back in 20 years to replace it again. Well, that was 10 years ago, and they still say I'm too young. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to hit 60 eventually, and then 20 years is going to be 80, and you're still going to say I'm too young because you don't want to change my knee out when I'm at 80. So how old do I have to be? They give me that dumb look when I ask them to. And I was like, well, how old, you say I'm still too young. So how old do I have to be to get my knee replaced? Hello? I'm already using a cane on the days my knee's really bad because my knee will buckle and I'll fall flat on my face if I don't have the cane to support me just in case. And I really feel stupid because most of the time my knee won't collapse unless I'm doing something like walking more than a half a mile and stuff like that. So, yeah. Like kettlebell and some pound weights. Yep, always start small and work your way up. Be surprised how fast after using that 5 pound ball um, that you have to add on more weight. It doesn't take too long till your body gets used to it, and then you gotta thrive it. And one thing I don't like that a lot of these physical therapists they don't push elder people. I'm not gonna say older people. I'll say elder people from doing weights. I think they all need to do weights. I mean, okay, so you don't have a gym membership, you don't have weights, you don't want to go get them because they're too heavy to carry back in the car. I understand that. You get somebody to help you bring them in, set it up, or you know what? You got cans of food. Yeah, get a can or two of things and do some curls. Or you're in the kitchen waiting for the water to boil, or you're boiling some hard-boiled eggs or something. Just do some arm curls while you're waiting. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. A little bit of weight. Yeah. Sounds silly, but that's what they used to do back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s before they had gyms and you know. Heaven knows the economy back then. It was what a $3,000 to have a single family home, and was it $500 for a Ford Mustang, shit like that. They had to work their asses out just to afford that. Yes, I'm being facetious. Oh yeah, you will lose muscle mass, especially as you get older. But Lady D, you're still young enough. You're too young. You got to worry about after you hit over the big 50. That's where your body starts working against you. But weights are good for you as far as because you're female and osteoporosis. Hey, Life of Bobby, good morning. Good to see you. So you're too young to have to really worry about you know, losing the muscle mass, but it's good for your osteoporosis that all women end up getting because the vitamin D deficiency. I don't know if it's because of the time of the month or not. Not a medical professional. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The one thing that's different between men and women is that time of the month, and y'all do lose a lot of stuff, chemicals in your body during that time frame. I feel bad for y'all, but yeah, I would say women need to lift weights. Now, I say look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, because most women don't look good with a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but some do. Some it's an improvement. Others, yeah, others look like the wrecking ball that hit the wall. Yeah, yeah. Say even Life of Bobby, her chiropractor recommended her canned food for weights. Yep, been trusted. We go back to the prepping stuff. Hey, you get a can. There's no excuse you can't lift weights with your food too. Yeah, natural meat is a whole lot better. And I'm not talking about being a cannibal. I'm talking about the carnivore diet. That does actually work. There's more stuff in natural animals that are hunted and stuff versus yeah, some of the stuff, the fake meat products like I mentioned yesterday's stream. They get all the byproducts, the leftovers, and shape it and form and say it's a T-bone and it's not a T-bone. Yeah. Yeah, life of Bobby, but don't fall so much. You know, I'm not a fitness or a medical expert, so of course ask them. But I'll give you a little bit of advice. Don't fall so much as far as a weight number. Listen to your body. That's the bottom line. Listen to your body. Because I had to fight this with the military for freaking over 20 years. They always said, well, you're this height, so you have to be this weight. And they wanted me to be because of my height's 155. I got down to 155 after joining the military, and I was so sick all the time. When I finally went back up to 170, 175, I was fine. But they said I was overweight because I was at that weight. But I was able to run better. I had a lot of energy and all that other stuff. I listened to my body, but I always had to fight with the military. And now they've come out and they have to change the freaking. They got to change everything in the military too because now they're finding out that they were wrong. Everything I've been telling them about for 20 years, and they wouldn't listen because I didn't have a PhD or a doctorate at the time. Now they're finding out, no, no, you don't go off height and weight with a percentage of body fat. Yeah, it's gone more in line with other things now. Hmm. So these experts sometimes are not the so-called experts. That's why I fight YouTube all the time when they say you have to have a PhD to be considered a doctor. No, you voted for Biden, YouTube, and Dr. Jill was never a freaking doctor. All she knew how to use is an auto pen and pretend to be president when she wasn't voted in. Enough said. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. The older you get, the harder it is to get that muscle mass back when you lose it, though. Age and how your body changes and all that. Yeah, it's a whole lot harder. So it's better to start right before you change over and your body starts changing, and then just keep that routine so you can keep a balance. You may gain a little bit of muscle, but it won't be. I'll be back. Get to the chopper weight. Yeah. Well, it's good to have a goal to try to lose 30 pounds, but remember, you want to lose it at a steady rate. You don't want to just force it. I don't. All in all, I will tell you right now, my experience for the first 10 years of the military, I was running my 2 miles, a day with the troops, and even when they did our physical fitness test, I was running with a cup of coffee and a cigarette, and I was still beating all the youngins that were freaking, 5 to 8 years younger than me. They couldn't freaking run for shit. And I'm here drinking coffee, running, and smoking a cigarette. And I did that more out of protest. Notice I didn't light anything on fire but my cigarette. And I still came in a couple of minutes well before my time for my age. So please prove me wrong, military, when you've already been proven wrong that your height, weight, freaking balance was a bunch of crap. And good with Gary's and that. I don't constitute you drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes while you run, but I did it out of protest. And even my leadership was like, oh, oh, oh. But the funny thing is, they take off running, they'd be almost 6 foot tall, you know. Oh yeah, they'd be 280, but they weren't fat because they were tall, but because I was short, I was fat. But they were the ones dropping out when they were wearing packs, running, with gear and all this other stuff. And the moment they had to go outside the line in a hostile zone, they had to hide in a bunker instead of going out there. They say, yeah, because they couldn't run. And I tell them, why do we have vehicles? There's no reason to have vehicles unless we're doing transport. And they just looked at me, like, yeah. And then, eventually when I was getting close to retirement, it's like, why are we running? We got vehicles. Somebody's going to shoot at us. You just open up with the 50 and keep going. Oh, that freaking rowing. Ooh, I'd love to do the rowing. Oh my God. You don't know how many people, the longer they stayed in the military, they started having problems with their ankles, their knees, all the impact of all the running. You know, half the people that just stayed in the office, they ran on a treadmill. They didn't have to run outside in boots with 80-pound rucksack on, you know, didn't even have a roadway or a running track. They'd say, oh, you're just out of shape. But yeah, yeah. Right now, I'm fighting the DA right now because, yeah, let's see, 2 years before I retired, we're doing mandatory physical fitness, and I separated my arch on my left foot. And if you never experienced separating your arch, it just basically you go from an arch foot to a flat foot instantly, and it being a cam boot for 6 months for recovery, and it's still not healed. This is what, almost 20 years later. I still have problems with it and all that, and of course it's on the leg with my bad knee. And the BA's like, oh, that has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, yeah, it has a lot to do with it. I can't even get a disability rating on it, so I'm trying to fight it because it did happen. It was mandatory PT, and yeah, I don't mind mandatory PT when I was in, but after you work 12 to 14 hour day, they want you to go exercise when you got to get up the next day and do the 12 plus over again, and you're not even going to get a chance to do 8 hours sleep. Yeah, it wears your body down. Of course, you're going to get injured. That had nothing to do with it, and that's what I'm trying to fight with them because it's mandatory. I got the letters and everything else, and I'm waiting. I did see that other court cases have been won by veterans, and some things are going to be changing. Hopefully, because they're putting in bills, and hopefully they're going to pass the bills. So Oh yeah, I've been at 80%. I've been trying to fight, and I'm not fighting for anything new. Um, I haven't even freaking got into the smoke pit fight type thing because, yeah, being deployed majority of my last 10 years in the military all the time, and all the smoke pits I had to freaking live in because our tents were always there, and the smoke would always be around all the tents. So if you're awake, you're sleeping, you're breathing like crap. So yeah, that has something to do with the body. But try to convince the people that have never had to be living in those conditions. Now they go there, they move mobile homes, they set them up, and they move in now. Heavens, if they don't know how to set up a tent, since they really don't got no Boy Scouts troops in mass anymore to learn how to set up tents. Yeah, and that's the thing they're fighting with the retro checks too, and that's going to affect me too. I'm hoping. So yeah, so I got one foot that is arched, one foot that's flat foot, Lady D. Yeah, tell me how well that is for when you try running. That's why I've chosen. I'm just going to go biking and walking. Because after walking so much, my left foot starts really hurting a lot since it's flat footed. But on a bike, so far, I've tested it up to 3 miles, and my feet don't hurt. Oh, it's always training time. They're probably just upping the ante and getting ready and all that where stuff goes crazy in some of these cities, which I believe they will, because you know, stupid is what stupid does. So the military's got to go in there to quell it. And the sad part is mainstream media has been ragging on the military. They even show the video of the Marines in a stadium. Look, they're finishing up training. No, get it right. They're not just learning how to do riot control for the first time. They got to go to a specialized school. I know. We train the Marines when they first come in as MPs. They go through a 6 week school with the Air Force, and then they go to their individual one. What they're doing at the auditorium that they don't tell you about, or the stadium, so to say, was refresher training to get coordinated, to get back into working as a team. Remember, these are guard units. They only saw each other like what once, 1 weekend a month. So they got a lot of training to do. It's not only riot training. So that's while they're in the stadium, they're doing all refresher stuff. But they don't tell that to the freaking. They just tell them, "Oh yeah, they're learning how to be riot control specialists." They already know. They get that the first year they're in. So that's why media doesn't really tell you the real story. If they did, then why are they so anti-military lately? They try to make the military look stupid. And I tell you, there may be a couple of stupid ones in the military, but the majority of them, yeah, not to insult the civilian populace, but I'll take the military person over a civilian that's never served a day in their life for whatever reason. At least I know they could shoot unless they got kicked out during basic. Then they're not veterans anyway. But Lady D, yeah, one flat foot, one non-flat foot, and imagine what that does to your body, even just walking. You got two different feet. I mean, hello. My right knee's starting to freaking have trouble, and I think that's because they never fixed the arch problem on one. Yeah, yeah, I call it the Floyd thing too because, yeah, that was all conspiracy there. He was a criminal, he was a drug addict, and Yeah. Now, some of the cops may have done wrong in some ways or the other, but hey, they should have never had a freaking any time served due to the fact that that's how they were trained. You don't think I didn't have to put my knee in somebody's neck when I had to apprehend people a lot of times? Oh yeah, because I was always up against freaking people that were almost 6 foot, probably outweighed me by 100 pounds, and I had to take them down. Oh yeah, when you get them down to cuff them, you got to hold them down. The best thing to do is freaking put that knee in the back of their neck. You can't breathe and stop fighting. Let me put the cuffs on. Then I'll take my knee off of your neck. It's the quickest thing in order to freaking control somebody when they're freaking being violent. So I see the different perspective of that Floyd thing differently than a lot of other people that have never had that kind of training had to deal with that. Yeah. And the sad part is you really look at it. The family only sued to get the millions. That's all it was. It was all about the money. They didn't care about Georgie. Because if they really cared about Georgie more than anything else, why didn't they do a foundation to put all the money in there? No, they kept the money. They're living up life in the Caribbean or something right now. Think about it. But I don't know. Look at family up. See where they're at. See where they're living. Are they living in mansions like the leaders of Black Lives Matter? Hmm. Yeah, it sucks, and you lose family on that stuff like that. But hey, one side or the other will probably realize it in time. It's called maturity and wisdom. That's why I just say, suck it up, Buttercup, because eventually that Buttercup taste goes out, and you get a bad taste in your mouth, and reality sets in, and then hey, guess what? You just realized Buttercups don't last forever. Okay, I'm going to look one more time at the board, see if any more recalls. Hey, look, USA Today has reported Mitsubishi recalls nearly 200,000 SUVs. Go to USA Today, they got a list of all the impacted vehicles if you own a Mitsubishi. Yeah, we not only cover food, we cover products too. Associated Press is reporting a skier got caught in an avalanche as the second person to die this season on Alaska's Mount McKinley. Trust, why are you talking about Alaska? Well, we know Beach Harmon does naked grocery shopping in Florida. She likes to drive around her golf cart with all the loofahs hanging out, and she visits Alaska. Yeah, so she can roam with the elk and the moose, and I wonder if she goes naked loofah skiing in Mount McKinley. Maybe we should ask B. B. I'm just picking on her, B. We love you. I know she could take a joke, and I'm not serious about it anyway because she really doesn't twerk at the Waffle House like he used to pick on her about. Yeah, no skiing for B. Yeah, you don't want to be what's it, Bono sized, Sonny Bono sized. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. The coconutmama.com. California abruptly loses three factories in a matter of days. What factories? I don't really care. They're in California. They probably moved because the taxes are too high. Hey, if you plan to travel, especially around the U.S., go check out mensjournal.com. Measles cases breaking out of popular U.S. travel spots. Yeah, California's one. I reported. Don't go to L.A. Did anybody hear? Well, People Magazine did, and they did an article on it about Trump bulldozing the Rose Garden. Yeah, now, I didn't see it. I'd really want to see video on it, but I think it's time. They're spending too much on beautifying the White House where nobody goes spend time over there anyway. And here it is. ManyTalksNews.com's reporting less than an hour ago. New COVID variant NB1.8.1 spreads across U.S. after China surge. Mmm. What starts in China gets sent to the U.S. Is this a plot? Dun dun dun. It's not conspiracy. Do your own research. Make up your own mind. Prepare, because the government's going to tell you about 60 days after it happens, if they decide to even tell you. And I'm going to click on this link here because it's from abcnews.com. I really don't like them, but hey, their clickbait title is Campers Found Dead at Remote Island Park. Why are campers dying at a remote island park? Okay, two people were found dead at Al Royale National Park in a remotely backcountry campground within the park, according to National Park Service. It is an island wilderness in the middle of Lake Superior in Michigan. It is only accessible by ferry, seaplane, or private watercraft, according to the MPS. And they're saying the cause of death remains unknown and is still currently under investigation. More to follow if it's reported. So, yeah, dang it. People die and you can't even freaking go camping anymore. Hey, good morning, tablet and tech. Hey, good morning, Ginger Ninja. Good to see you. Long time no see. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I guarantee they planned all that stuff in there. Obama probably had them freaking do it. Ooh, Lady D's cooking chicken and corn. Ooh. Then portobello mushrooms. And she's saying burgers and hot dogs and chicken sausages are done. Yep, I was going to try boogie boarding in Schleterbaum's water park, but I said nah, nah. Now, being an amateur surfer, yeah, I can hold my own as long as I don't have to stand up on the surfboard. But I stay out of the water now. There's too many jellyfish and sharks. I don't want nobody peeing on me because I got a jellyfish on my leg, for one. And for two, I don't feel like feeding the sharks. Yeah. Ooh, beef stew. Ooh. Let's see. If I drive a Ginger Ninja's house, I can have some beef stew. And then I could probably make it by the next morning to Lady D's, but there probably won't be no leftovers. I hear how her family eats because she's such a wonderful cook. I could do a 2 for 1 on that side of the country, but if I went west, I'd have to go along boarding moms. And she ain't barbecuing nothing lately, so yeah. Wow, a shark chasing a seal, lion that is chasing the salmon. That's funny. Nah, I think I'll just stay here. I'll just make some at home. Just as easy. Ah, I'll just dip it all in the crock pot and let it cook. You cut the kitten with some leftover chicken. Ooh, okay. Oh. Okay, one last look at the thing, and then I'm probably going to call it for a day because I got stuff I really got to do. Since it's not going to rain and it's too muddy to do really any work on the outside, but I still got stuff I could do. Who knows? Ooh, yeah. Oh, I saw a video, and it was an awesome one. This L.A. police, pretty sure it was L.A. It could have been New York. A protester started hitting her horse as she was on horseback on. So she got her stick out and started beating this freaking protester down. Obviously, they arrested him for assault on a police officer because the horses are considered police officers. They are used in the line of duty. They are animals, just like the canine dogs. Come on. But more power to that female police officer for beating that guy. If you had seen the video and saw how he hit that freaking horse, there's no reason for them to do that. For one, he should have moved. You got a freaking several hundred pound to 1,000 pound animal in front of you. Yeah, you move, you get run over. You don't hit him. So hopefully he gets the maximum charges slapped on him and he gets convicted because doesn't matter if he got beat with a stick. It was self defense protecting that horse. And this is the one I've been looking for. Okay, New York Post is reporting finally toxic chemical leak at an Ohio explosive plant prompts no fly zone and mass evacuations. Check out the New York Post on that story. I remember catching the little streamliner at the bottom of a ticker, and they're talking about a chemical plant explosion and leak. It must be severe. There's a no fly zone. Man, Well, you too. You have a great day, Cat Mom, and hopefully everything goes well for the doctor's appointment. Longboarding Mom says there was a tabby out there this morning. Well, maybe the tabby was looking for the baby, or yeah, they heard it through the meow line that that's where to go to get some good chicken. Dun dun dun. Yeah, as tall as your husband is and the long legs, he's got longboarding Mom. I don't think he had to catch the kitty. The kitty probably had to take like 5 big jumps to his 1 foot stride. So it's probably easy to catch the kitten. Now, I don't know. I kind of question he might have gotten clawed or bitten. The kitten was scared or something, but, then again, maybe he wasn't. Still an adorable kitten, though. Oh, it was a baby tabby. Okay. Yeah, we had our neighborhood cat. Had some kittens a few months ago, and one of the calicos decided to adopt my backyard. And it was funny because every once in a while, if the weather's real bad, I make sure I put water out there for them and stuff. I try not to feed them because I'm not going to let them in the house. But I am allergic to the oils from their hair. But sometimes I'll pet them or stuff like that. But I still try to take care of them, not to own them or anything. But wish the owner wouldn't have outside cats. But hey, and I've noticed that the other cats in the litter that are outside, they've claimed the backyard down my street. There's one cat in almost every backyard. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a neighborhood of cats now. Oh, you're saying he was the runt of the litter? He was the smallest? Yeah, I kind of questioned how small it was when you first showed it. It's like, is it even old enough to be weaned? Where's Mama Cat at? But it looks like you're doing everything right and taking care of the baby. So, ugh. Alrighty. Well, it looks like it's all. So if you're interested in any more food recalls or anything else, please check out the USDA.com or FDA websites. I'll let you know what's going on. I'm going to be cutting off for today, get things done, because it's one more day before stuff is probably going to start early, start tomorrow instead of Saturday, like usual, because, some people want to get in the news before they get arrested, deported, and all that other stuff. But hey. So please be weather aware. Keep your head on a swivel. Try to get everything done so you don't have to be around any of these lunatic fringe individuals that don't belong in our country but think they have every right of our country. So please be safe. Please hydrate and make sure you tell your loved ones you love them, even if you're mad at them. Because you don't know what's going to happen in 5 minutes, 24 hours. And yeah, tomorrow, as I spend time with you and everybody else too, be charming because y'all are the best chat in social media. Sometimes I just wish I could leave it on and let y'all talk and go about my way, but then, I may forget the cameras on and y'all catch me coming out of the shower and stuff. No, I don't want to be known for that. So yeah, and no, I don't use loofahs before B Charming even asks. I got one of the. I got shower scrub brushes with a long handle so I can scrub my back. Yeah, and do my legs. But please, y'all be careful, be safe, hydrate, and most of all, stay safe. And I'm waiting to see, is the longboarding mom gonna do a barbecue video? Dun dun dun. Too late. She didn't do it. She's gonna blame Trust. You were on, so I was watching you on my phone instead of. Wrong answer. You're talking on the phone while cooking, so you weren't using your phone for YouTube. Come on now. But yeah. So if you need anywhere to go to check out videos right now, I can recommend going to Longboarding Moms. Check out the cute kitty videos. And you can go back and check everybody else that's in chat. Just click on the name on the on the restream and go to the webpage and see if they got videos on. If you want to know about vegan stuff, you want to know about popcorn, or you want to know how to make some juices or canned stuff, you can always check out Lady D. Yep, Lady D. And I kind of figured you probably wouldn't be doing videos because you got a lot of work. Yesterday was crazy. Today, I think not so much, but still. And yeah, that garden thing's got to go. Longboarding mom's like, easy peasy, no cooking, just melting stuff. Well, be careful what you melt. Longboarding mom's like, peanut butter something. Yeah, peanut butter cookie day. Yeah. Yep, thank you, Jenny Ninja. Please, as a reminder, please hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Or if you want me to go on live tomorrow. Let's see, we had, I think, 12 people here today. If I at least get 8 or more likes, then I may go live tomorrow. If I get less than 8, then I may not. I'll refresh one time before I go, see how many we got. 2. I don't know, spinning. It's spinning. Hey, we got 11. I guess I'll be coming on the show tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock Eastern. 9 o'clock Central, and almost 7 o'clock Pacific, I think. But either way, thank you for coming out. I do love y'all. Please be safe. Oh, trying to find my videos. And yeah. See, all the predictions I had for this year, I did in this closing video. If you notice, they're all coming true. Even the zombie one. But, those Mexican zombies are terrifying when they get together and start looting. So,